Having one of the worst taints in 2017 prior to its launch because of overuse of microtransactions, Middle-earth Shadow of War proved to show that a game can have a slew of microtransactions but still be playable without spending a dime. What's going on, guys? Snickel here, and in today's video I'll be walking you through the most efficient way to get the Platinum Trophy in Middle-earth Shadow of War for the PlayStation 4. There aren't many ways about going about getting this Platinum since nothing is missable and anything can be earned at any time throughout your playthrough. It comes down more to how you like to play and what you like to do. There should be no story spoilers as everything discussed in this video does not go over anything specifically related to the storyline. This guide is meant for people that have never played the game before. It's something they can watch to help them map out how they should go about getting this Platinum. As for a breakdown of the trophy list, it consists of 40 bronze, 11 silver, 1 gold, and 1 platinum with a total of 53 trophies. You are required to play all the way through the story, but only one time. There are 4 trophies related to various collectibles throughout multiple maps. A majority of trophies will come from setting up random situations and following them out. There are no missable trophies. 2 trophies are online. 1 trophy is related to an online Vendetta mission, and you do need to enter the multiplayer screen once when you do have a high enough leveled fort. Below is a link to my Middle-earth Shadow of War playlist where you can find trophy guides for anything that you'll need throughout the game. You will also find any links that I think will be useful as well, and a full list of the order that I specifically earned my trophies. Since this game is open world and there are no missable trophies, I won't bore you to death with details about each specific trophy. If you are having any issues with any trophies, you can find a link in the description below again that will have videos for all trophies throughout the game. Instead, I'm going to discuss how many trophies are related specifically to the story and how you should be progressing through the game. This method should be one of the most efficient ways to get through the trophy list while still fully enjoying everything the game has to offer. Again, if you need help with any specific trophies, then there will be a playlist in the description below. In the upper right hand corner, you will see the trophy tracker. When that reaches 53 out of 53, you should have collected every trophy in the game and successfully earned your Platinum Trophy. With all that being said, let's get into this guide. There are a total of 8 trophies that are specifically related to the story, or that you'll earn if you played through the story and did nothing else, so these are not missable at all. With that being said, a lot of the other random trophies in this list will more than likely be earned in this section, but I will cover them a little later on. Within this section, I want to discuss how you should go about playing through the game. You will earn approximately 15 trophies in this section if you weren't to do any of the other random setup based trophies. How you should go about playing through the game is that when you get to a new map or area, you should be collecting all the collectibles and doing as many side missions as possible. The reason for this is to obviously get the requirements for the trophies done as fast as possible, but to also get the experience as fast as possible. Experience leads you to leveling up, which leads to upgrades. Overall, you will have to get all the upgrades for a trophy, but certain upgrades lead to the ability to progress in certain missions. So in order to complete all the side missions and activities that are related to trophies, you'll need to have certain upgrades, so try to get as much experience as fast as possible. And to reiterate once again, once you unlock a new area or map, be sure to do all the collectibles and side missions immediately, then progress with the main story. Relating to the online, there are a total of 2 trophies. One of the trophies is to complete an online Vendetta mission. These will randomly pop up on the map and inform you to complete some task to help someone on your friends list that has previously died. The other online trophy is to be Captain Rank in an online conquest. Now, from my experience and hearing from the community, this trophy is solely based off of how high a level your fort is, which is based off of how high a level your captains and war chief are that are running the fort in that specific region. I don't know exactly what level your fort needs to be to obtain the captain rank, but I would suggest to wait to do this at the end of the game when you have a lot of maxed out forts and when you're doing the Shadow Wars. All you need to do is enter the online conquest menu in that specific region and the trophy will pop. You don't even have to complete a siege or do anything else. The rest of the trophies are considered cleanup. You can do these at any point throughout your playthrough. These range from upgrading a gem to getting a legendary piece of gear to doing any of the situational based trophies. There are a lot of these trophies scattered throughout the list, but most of them will come naturally and over time. If you are having trouble with any one of these trophies, be sure to check the playlist in the description below. This playlist has all types of trophy guides for basically all of the troublesome situational based trophies. The last thing that I want to cover is something that probably could be covered in the natural progression section, but it is the trophy Peace in Death, which is to complete the Shadow Wars. Now, if you're not aware, the Shadow Wars are basically the end game of this game, and it's continuous sieges in different areas of the map, and what you have to do is you have to complete these in order to move on and get to the next level. And if I can remember correctly, there's 10 waves of these Shadow Wars, and it varies from like 2 to 3 sieges per wave. Now, personally, this took me the longest because what I would do is I would actually do the siege, and then I would do all the sieges, and then when it got to the next wave, I would then go to the area where there was going to be a siege. I would assess all of the captains and war chiefs in that area, and essentially what I would do is I would max them out to my level, and also get new captains if I had lost any in the previous siege. Looking back on it, I think that I could have done this a little faster. I really felt like this part of the Platinum did drag on for me personally, so when you are on the Shadow Wars part, what I would suggest to do is just play through and don't worry about trying to max out your captains and your war chiefs and basically max your fort out to whatever your level is. As long as you have some captains that are pretty good and you have captains that will actually be in the siege with you, you'll be able to get through this because all of the people that are attacking you actually aren't that decent, and you could probably solo the whole thing by yourself if you are good enough at the game and good with the combat. So now looking back at it, for me, and what I would suggest for you, is just to, when you get to the wave of the siege, just assess your fort, see if you need to add some captains here or there, level them up, and then you'll be good to go. Again, when I was doing it, what I was doing was I was maxing war chiefs out, I was maxing captains out to my level, and what I was also doing was I was taking the captains that weren't even in the fort, like all the little guys that are around the map, I was maxing them out and then making them bodyguards for the other ones and just putting as many captains in as possible, which is kind of overkill. You don't need to do all that. So again, what I would suggest is when you get to the wave with the siege in an area, just assess the fort in that area, see if you need to upgrade some captains, upgrade your war chief, see if you want to have some bodyguards, but don't put a bunch of bodyguards on all the captains and basically make it overkill, because at the end of the day, you're not going to need all that. You'll be able to solo the whole thing by yourself. So again, don't go overkill, but you do want to have some support in these sieges for the Shadow Wars. After completing all the steps previously discussed, you should earn this Platinum trophy, the Bright Lord. The endgame for this game can feel a bit tedious, but keep pushing through and you'll get done eventually. A lot of these trophies will be earned through natural progression, only a minimal amount will give you some sort of a problem. Just for a brief summary, whenever you unlock a new area or map, you should collect everything on the map and complete all possible side missions, then progress with the story in that area. After completing all the side missions and eventually the story, you can go back and do the cleanup that is needed. This game took me around 2 weeks to platinum, but I was playing it off and on the whole time, and the majority of my time was used in the Shadow Wars. Realistically, you could get this game done in around a week with playing for approximately 30 to 40 hours. There is DLC for the game, so if you plan to get the 100%, you'll need to play a little bit longer to finish everything. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. If you did find this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're having issues with any trophies in the game, be sure to check the description below. I have trophy guides for all the random encounter trophies and anything that you may need help with. Anyway, I hope to see you guys around sometime soon.